when Jim left Eunice, he actually went to Macomb, Mississippi for about a year. And he'd come back to Eunice, just passing through town or whatever, and he'd run into this old guy who was the general manager of the radio station. And he kind of insulted Jim a little bit. He said, oh, you over there in Macomb, Mississippi. You are back in the sticks, off the beaten path. Like Eunice was the center of the universe. That really bothered him. So that joke he did about the 250-watt radio station and his hair dryer having, had 800 watts. I guess it was about 6 years ago. He was back in, I was seeing my mom. Jim came over there. I don't remember, but maybe we did some shows in Lafayette, Louisiana. Anyway, we went by the old radio station, and the old man was in the station that day. He was a consultant. He'd come in like twice a week or whatever. He sees us in the office talking to somebody else that worked at the station who had taken it over. And he comes in and he says, Jim Patterson, I'll be damned. He said, my wife and I were watching TV a couple of years ago. There's old Jim Patterson doing a joke about my radio station. He said, I'll never forget, you said your hair dryer was more powerful. And he turned around and walked out of the office, and Jim said, I can die now, the circle is complete. There is a God, I see him now. Andy Huggins, where are you? Andy back there? All right, here, Andy Huggins, everybody.
This is, by the way, the youngest audience Epstein's played to about. About 30 years, I think. Jimmy Pineapple told me a story the other day I'd never heard about Jim. And typical is Pineapple's memory, he couldn't remember if the other person involved was Al Freeman or Riley Barber. Now, they both go long. That's the only possible thread I can come up with as to why Mike didn't. But it involves something getting spilled, so my guess is it was Riley. But I guess maybe Rick will remember, because it was at the home y'all were sharing, and Riley drinking red wine into his Radio Barber face at that point. He's drinking red wine, and he spills it on the carpet. Typical, and Jim not happy, and then Riley sees that Jim's not happy, and he says, look, a little club soda will take that out. And Jim goes, what will take you out? I'm trying to remember the MC at the last stop who asked Jim for his intro, and Jim said, mention A&E's Comedy on the Road, and the guy brought him up as having appeared on ESPN. Just real quickly, and without, Mark Twain wrote one time that you go to heaven for the climate, hell for society. And I'm sure he had good reason to write that when he wrote it. I'm sure he had excellent reason. But I gotta believe recently here, heaven's become a bit more sociable place to hang out with Jim and a few other of our friends. Reason enough to live a good life, catch up with them again one day. Here's what I figured happened though here recently, theologically. I'm guessing Charlie Shannon went and double booked himself. Normally he would ask Bill to cover for him, but Bill's got John Kennedy in a corner telling him what the hell happened to him. So Jim's going up there. He's got to tell St. Peter his name is Charlie Shannon. Charlie's assured him everything's been worked out, and Jim being the sweet soul that he is, and loving a good story, probably go along with it. Thank you.